Did Dillon Gabriel do enough to keep his job?
No, but I'm not objective. Shedeur should get his shot. Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel's had 3 chances, and his QBR has declined by the Sunday from 32 to 29 to 23. Those are 3 in a row. Not very good. He's averaging 176 yards passing per those 3 games.
Everyone got what they wanted. Andrew Berry, another precious 5th-round draft pick he gets. Flacco gets a chance to play with a pretty good offensive team. Shedeur moves up a notch, and Shedeur's fans get hungrier to see him.
Tony, Shedeur also will get something he hasn't gotten. That's real reps in practice.
Yeah. We won't see him.
The stage was set for Dillon Gabriel to prove he belonged. The Browns had the momentum. The defense was dominating. Jerry Jeudy had just run a slant and go, a sluggo. He burned his defender and found daylight by 2 full steps. Everyone watching knew what was supposed to happen next, a perfect strike down the sideline, a statement throw that silences critics and seals belief. But it never came. Gabriel underthrew it by 3 yards. The ball died in the cold air, and with it went the last bit of faith that he could lead this team to something greater.
There's no vertical passing attack. It is still screens, underneath routes, checkdowns, all of that. Again, I know he didn't throw the ball a lot, and I know the weather wasn't great, but he did have an opportunity to push the ball down the field. If you saw it, he had a sluggo towards the end of the game to Jerry Jeudy, ran a great slant route, ran a go,
What is a sluggo?
Slant, and then a go over the top, got behind, had 2 steps.
That was for y'all, by the way.
Yeah, no, I said it right after, a slant and then a go, got behind the DB, and then Gabriel underthrew him by about 3 yards. It was a bad throw, and that's AFC North football, though. I need you to make those throws. It's going to be cold. It's going to be raining. It's going to be wet. It's going to snow. It's going to be windy. You've got to be able to push the ball down the field in those situations. He's just not doing it right now. Positives, he did have a good throw on the run, got outside the pocket, going to his left, had a really good throw on 3rd down. But other than that, it's tough for me to say, he's doing things to keep his job. It's more so the team around him in that game played so well that he gets another opportunity. But this will be the make or break.
That throw did not just miss Jerry Jeudy. It missed the entire moment. It missed what the Browns needed right then and there. One decision, one throw, one chance to step up in the storm. And that single mistake changed everything. It told the truth in front of a national audience. It showed that Dillon Gabriel might not be the long-term answer. It lit a fire under a different idea, that Shedeur Sanders, the rookie who has waited with patience and poise, might be exactly what this franchise needs. Before we break it all down, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you never miss our next breakdown. And if you love Shedeur, then comment SS 100%. Now, let's get into it. The Browns walked into this season with real uncertainty at quarterback. Kevin Stefanski had Dillon Gabriel penciled in as the starter. He praised his toughness. He praised his decision-making. He praised his ability to protect the football. And for a while, that is exactly what Gabriel did. He did not throw interceptions. He did not lose fumbles. He did not take crazy risks. But in doing that, he also did not make plays. His stats told the truth. 3 straight games of declining QBR, from 32 to 29 to 23. He averaged only 176 passing yards per game. He had just 2 touchdown passes, one from the 1-yard line, one from the 9.
But, if Gabriel was getting them with Flacco, the number 1 quarterback, it stands to reason Shedeur will get some. So everyone got what they want, and you just think back of that training camp, and we said how stupid this was, and they're pretty much confirming it.
On paper, he was not hurting the team, but when you looked closer, he was not lifting it either. Stefanski's offense was safe, simple, predictable. Short passes, screens, checkdowns, no deep shots, no stress on a defense. It was an offense built to not lose, not an offense built to win. And in the AFC North, That style collapses when the pressure rises. You can feel it when the wind cuts. You can feel it when the game tightens. What made it worse was this: the defense and the run game were carrying the load. Quinshon Judkins was the workhorse. He pounded out touchdowns. He moved the chains when it mattered. The defense dominated the line of scrimmage and set the tone every week. The Browns' wins looked solid on the scoreboard, but when you went back to the tape, Dillon Gabriel's impact looked minimal. He was not the reason they were winning. He was along for the ride. He steered straight. He never floored it. That is why the conversation started to shift. You could feel it in the fan base. You could hear it on talk radio. You could see it on the sideline looks. A quarterback controversy was brewing in Cleveland, and it was not because Gabriel was terrible. It was because Shedeur Sanders was sitting there, waiting for a shot.
I don't think Shedeur Sanders ever starts a game for the Cleveland Browns. I don't believe he starts.
Shedeur's story is toughness. If you watched him at Colorado, you know. He got hit more than almost any quarterback in college football. The offensive line collapsed around him week after week. Still, he stood tall in the pocket. He got up. He dusted himself off. He fired another dart downfield. He kept competing. He kept swinging. Mentally tough, physically fearless, always ready for the next snap. That is the kind of mindset Cleveland fans crave. That is the energy this locker room needs. We saw flashes in the preseason. Small sample, big signal. In limited snaps, Shedeur lit it up. He showed anticipation. He showed quick reads. He showed confidence. He was not scared of NFL speed. He was not overwhelmed by the moment. Then, he missed a game. The coaches stuck with Gabriel. Since then, Shedeur has been buried on the depth chart, waiting, watching, while the Browns roll with a quarterback who looks afraid to take chances.
Man, it's like the same thing, different week, just different opponent, right? Like every aspect of this offense from top to bottom is horrific. Whether you want to talk about the play calling, the scheme itself, it looks like different quarterbacks, same old, same old. Dillon Gabriel put some balls on the dime. Some throws was absolutely horrific. Then you had other throws that were great throws that ended up being drops. If you had a big play and ended up coming back for a penalty, it just seemed like, damn, what the hell was that on the goal line? You finally get a goal line opportunity, and you don't even get Quinshon Judkins in the game to at least carry the ball at least one time.
That is where the frustration started to boil over. When you have a defense this good and a running game this powerful, you do not need a quarterback who only manages the game. You need one who elevates it. You need one who makes defenses pay for stacking the box. You need one who takes shots and puts fear in a secondary. Shedeur could be that player. He could be the accelerator this offense is missing. Let's talk about Kevin Stefanski. The coach has been loyal to Dillon Gabriel, maybe too loyal. He praises his toughness. He praises his ball security. He praises his calm demeanor. But loyalty can be dangerous when it blinds you to potential. Cleveland has been here before, cycling through quarterbacks, never committing to the right one at the right time, playing it safe, watching the window close. So even if Shedeur gets his shot, fans worry, will the Browns let him play his game, or will they force him into the same conservative mold? That choice matters. It could decide whether his debut is a breakthrough or a setup for failure. Give him freedom, and you might unlock a spark. Box him in, and you risk wasting the moment.
Here is the reality. The Browns' upcoming stretch is crucial. They face New England next. Then they get a bye week. After that, the schedule softens. Jets, Ravens, Raiders. 3 teams that do not force many turnovers and struggle to stop the run. That is the perfect setup for a young quarterback. That is the perfect moment to give Shedeur a 2-week prep window. Build a game plan around him. Craft easy throws early. Then let him unleash. Shedeur does not need the season to be over to prove himself. He needs a fair chance while the team still believes, while the vets are still locked in, while there is still something to fight for. If you wait too long, you lose that window. The locker room checks out, the energy fades, the fan base moves on. Then, the move feels like panic, not a plan. And that is exactly what Skip Bayless warned about when he said Stefanski would lay down his job to make sure Shedeur does not get a shot. Because deep down, it is about control. Coaches sometimes prefer what is predictable, even if it is mediocre, over the unknown that could change everything. That is fear. That is the wrong kind of safe. Here is what makes Shedeur so intriguing. He is a playmaker. When things break down, he does not panic. He extends the play. He keeps his eyes up. He finds ways to create something out of nothing. That is what separates him from Gabriel. In the NFL, you cannot just execute the script. You have to improvise. You have to punish a defense when the play goes off schedule. That is how you steal first downs. That is how you flip a game. The Browns' veterans would rally behind him. They have seen what he is capable of. They saw the flashes in camp. They saw the leadership when the drill broke down. They saw how he talks to receivers, how he takes coaching, how he owns the huddle. That is what this team is missing. Not just a passer, a spark. Let's be clear, this is not about hating Dillon Gabriel. He has done what has been asked. He has stayed calm, he has played clean, he has kept the offense steady. But the NFL is not about being steady. It is about being special. The difference between good and great is risk. The difference between managing a game and winning one is confidence. You need a quarterback who is willing to take the shot when the moment arrives. Right now, Cleveland's offense looks stuck in neutral. The defense is playoff caliber. The run game is elite. The receivers are waiting for someone to unlock them. You cannot win big when your quarterback refuses to throw deep. You cannot win championships by playing scared. Not in this league, not in this division. That is why that underthrown pass to Jerry Jeudy matters so much. It was not just one bad throw, it was a mirror. It reflected everything wrong with this offense. It showed that the biggest problem is trust. They do not trust the quarterback to take risks. They do not trust the quarterback to attack tight windows. And until they find someone who can, this team will stay stuck in the same loop it has been in for years. Give Shedeur 2 weeks to prepare. Build the playbook around his strengths. Go heavy play action. Move the pocket. RPOs to slow the pass rush. Quick glances to get him in rhythm. Then, take the shot over the top. Let him play free. You will see the potential this team has been sitting on. The running game will open up even more. The receivers will get involved. The defense will feed off the momentum. Football is emotional, and Shedeur brings that spark. Let's be honest, Cleveland is not contending for the Super Bowl this year. They are building for the future. The worst mistake they can make is wasting that future by refusing to test what they have. You do not find your franchise quarterback by keeping him on the bench. You find him by giving him the field. You find him by letting him fail and fight and grow. Even if Shedeur struggles early, it is worth it. Experience is the only teacher that matters in this league. The great ones made mistakes early. Mahomes did. Allen did. Burrow did. They learned, they adjusted, they evolved. Shedeur deserves that same opportunity. He deserves the reps. He deserves the stage. The Browns have spent too long chasing the safe option. Now it is time to chase greatness. Time to value upside. Time to bet on talent. Time to trust a young quarterback who will put his foot on the gas. Every sign points to this being the moment. The coaching staff has a choice to make. Stick with Gabriel and accept mediocrity, or roll the dice on Shedeur Sanders and find out what you really have. Fans know what they want. Players know what they want. The only question is whether the coaches will finally listen. Because that throw to Jerry Jeudy told the whole story. The Browns do not need a quarterback who plays not to lose. They need one who plays to win. They need one who can hit the sluggo when it matters.
They need one who will trust his arm and trust his guys. If you made it this far into the video, drop a comment and tell us, should the Browns give Shedeur Sanders his shot after the bye week? Is he ready to take over? Or should they ride it out with Dillon Gabriel a little longer? Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another NFL breakdown. This story is not over, but one thing is for sure, that throw changed everything.